What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay, I don't know if this is a band or a solo artist. I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to assume solo artist. I believe it's an individual, so we'll go with that. Making her debut on the channel tonight. We have Sophie Hunger. Yes, indeed. How about that? Sophie Hunger making her debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Rudy Zimmerman, and Rudy wanted to see me react to this. It is Sophie Hunger with a song called Your Personal Religion. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold on, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Sophie Hunger, surprise, surprise, and the video has 11,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Sophie Hunger, Your Personal Religion. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Your personal religion, your enthusiastic expression, you dare enclose, you overdose, your intimate songs, your broken vows, your divorces, your full sexual discourses, your tight jeans, your sun cream spiritualities. It does speak for me. It does speak. Your antidepressant breakfast devil, your MTV porn, feeding the children. How did you dare think you're worth the war? Your clever course on independence, your independent loneliness, your massive lack of self-control. It does speak
Trombone, huh? Okay.
It does speak, it does.
I don't think I've ever heard a trombone use effects before. I think this might be the very first time that I've ever heard a trombone using effects like delay, and I believe there was a little bit of a chorus on there, a lot of reverb, and possibly, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think there might have been a very, very light distortion, just ever so lightly distorted. Interesting. The usage of delay, chorus reverb and an ever so slight delay on a trombone, which is a naturally sliding instrument. I dig it. I dig it. I absolutely dig that. That is really cool. Why haven't I heard that before? Why haven't I heard somebody else, use a trombone like that with effects? I don't know. I wish I knew. Not only that, but he's doing a great job of muting with the left hand. Surprised he's not using a plunger or something, but he's just using his hand to ever so slightly mute it to give it that little bit of a mute effect on top of it, a little bit of that mute tone. Very smart. Very, very smart. Okay, so this is a full-blown band. It's not just a solo artist. I mean, they got the solo artist's name as the name of the band, so she's obviously the focus. Her vocals sound good. What she's singing is very appropriate for the style of song. Her guitar playing is really nice. She's got some nice accent work happening within the right hand. Very fluid playing. Doesn't sound awkward. It doesn't sound stiff. It sounds loose but controlled. No, I got no issue with anything I'm hearing right now. This sounds good. Not my cup of tea. Not something I would ever listen to on the regular, but it sounds good. I got no issue with it. Let's keep going.
You're taking care of your body. You're taking care of your soul. Psychoanalysis. Your t-shirt says punk, you're so rock and roll. You do whatever you want. Oh, I know. You're individual, oh, vomit.
Okay.
It does speak.
I was like, it's not bells, it's not glockenspiel.
It does speak.
Now he's using a mute, using a full-blown mute. Okay. Switching between the major and the minor, I like it. Sounds good.
Sounds of my city. In the blowing up.
Back up a little bit. Switching from the acoustic guitar to the piano. Good choice. Definitely a good choice. I like the direction it's taking. The drummer. I don't remember, and I cannot recall the name of the bells that he's playing on. I know they're a style of bell, but I don't remember what they were called. I'll have to look it up. Or if you guys want to tell me in the comments what it was, what they're called, I would appreciate that as well. I've seen it before. I've seen them used before. I've played in orchestras where they're used. I don't remember what they're called. But they sound really good here. I was thinking to myself, it kind of sounds like a glockenspiel, but it's not as piercing. And it's a little more resonant. It's a style of bell, but I don't know what it's called. And I saw them. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I've seen those before. I do not remember what they're called. The bass playing, solid. Nothing impressive really, but it's solid. It's locked in with the drummer. What more can you ask for from a bassist? The trombone, really, I hate to say it, but the trombone's really kind of stealing the show for me anyway. I swear I've never seen a trombone utilized like that before, utilizing digital effects like that. That's a first. That's a definite first for me. Everything else across the board is just fine. I seriously, I have no complaints. Zero complaints. Let's finish this out. We'll get to the review.
In the sounds of my city, in the blowing of the wind, in the dust and it's drifting, I will sing and sing again. It's never gonna die, it's never, never, never gonna die. It's never gonna die, it's never, never, never gonna die. It's never gonna die, it's never, never, never gonna die. It's never gonna die, it's never, never gonna die. Never, 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 and we are always gonna die. Yeah.
Bonk. Not at all the ending I was expecting. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. To say the least. Interesting. I need to think about this. And I need to kind of put some things into perspective here, and I will do that right now. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Sophie Hunger with Your Personal Religion. This was a request from Rudy Zimmerman. Okay, I thought about this. Now, look, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea here, okay? I enjoyed this. I did like this. But I don't want people getting under the impression that, oh, he's turned around and this is his new style, favorite style of music. No. I want to be very clear. I did enjoy this, yes, but it is not my cup of tea. It is not what I would normally listen to. You're not gonna see me putting this on a playlist. I'm sorry. You're not. Was it a nice listen? Yes, it was a nice listen. Am I glad I got to hear this? Yeah, I'm glad I got to hear this, but am I ever gonna listen to this again? Doubtful. Now, I'm not gonna say no chance in hell. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm gonna say very doubtful, because it's not my gig, it's not my bag, it's not my style. It doesn't blow my skirt up. I'm sorry, it doesn't do that for me. So the likelihood of me listening to this again is very low. I'm being straight with you guys, okay? Not to discredit the song. I did enjoy listening to it. I had some fun with it. It was a nice listen. And I think the score is going to reflect that. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first. 8.3. What does that mean? Well, an 8.3 would equal out to a great scale rating. It would get 4 out of 5 stars, and it would get an A- letter grade. So yeah, 8.3, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and A- letter grade. Now, how did I come to this score? So glad you asked. Look, just because it's not my cup of tea, just because it's not my bag, just because it doesn't blow my skirt up, does not mean that it's a bad song. Quite the contrary, there were a lot of great things happening here. I'm gonna knock the big one out of the way, the trombone. Now, look, a lot of people don't know this about me. I started playing music when I was 3. I started on piano. The very next instrument I picked up, believe it or not, I was 8 years old, and I started playing trombone. Go figure that one out. I've always enjoyed trombone. I've always been intrigued by it, and I think it's a great instrument. It's very multi-use. You can use it in pretty much any style of music. In all of my years playing in orchestras, jazz bands, country bands, R&B bands, funk bands, you name it, I have never in my life ever seen anybody take a trombone, play it into a microphone using digital effects. This was a first for me. And I gotta say, I don't know why more trombone players don't use this, because it is really cool. The way that the trombone is designed as a slide instrument with no valves, no keys, just a pure slide instrument, really opens up the door for some really cool things to happen. Imagine playing a fretless guitar. That's kind of like what you're getting with a trombone or a fretless bass. You just get a pure slide with no integer break whatsoever. Can you do that with valve instruments? You can, but it is hard, man. You really got to work on your valve technique and your fingering technique to get it just right, to make it slip between notes without having a hard depress or press or depress. It's not easy to do. I've seen trumpet players do it. I've seen trumpet players slur. It does work, but not like a trombone does. And hearing it here, utilizing effects like reverb and chorus, a very slight distortion, and at some point, I think toward the beginning, they even used a slight delay on there as well. Man, you got some cool sounds coming out of that thing. And he did it well. And here's the thing. This was my fear. The first time I heard him do it, I was like, that's really cool. That's really awesome. And that feeling of elation was replaced immediately with a sense of fear. And the fear was this. I hope it's not overused. I hope it doesn't become the spotlight. I hope that it's not a new kid, a kid with a new toy on Christmas Day who's gonna play the absolute hell out of it. And I'm so relieved that that was not the case here. He came in, it was tasteful. What he did play sounded really good, but everything fit within the context of the song. Every single thing he played fit the mood and tone and atmosphere of the song. And I'm sorry, that's impressive. I find that to be very impressive, especially when I'm hearing something brand new like this. Because he could have very easily taken that and ran with it. Very easily. And nobody would have argued with him about it, probably, except me. I would have argued with him about it. But at the same time, I'm watching him play and watching how reserved he's being, and the mic control to boot. Not sometimes playing into the mic when needed, but most of the time playing angled away from the mic or down from the mic or even under the mic, past the mic. I think that was really smart. Mic awareness as well. So kudos to him. That was definitely the highlight for me. The drumming, solid. I got no issue with anything the drummer played. That goes for pretty much all the instrumentalists. Drums, bass, guitar, they all sounded solid. I got no issue with anything they did. They all did a really nice job, a really good job. The drummer with that one bell instrument, I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna have to look it up, and I will. But if you guys in the comments want to tell me what it was, be my guest. Maybe I'll find it's the wrong thing, and you guys will correct me. That'd be kind of nice. But it was really nice to see that. When I first heard the melodic notes coming from the drummer, I'm like, it sounds kind of like a glockenspiel, but it's not as piercing, and it's resonating longer, so it's not decaying as fast as a glockenspiel would. What is that? I wasn't sure. So it was nice to see that, but on top of it, switching smoothly between that instrument and the rest of his kit, got no problem with that. The bass player, I already talked about it, solid playing. That nothing all that fancy with what he was doing, but it was definitely solid. The other guitar player, the secondary guitar player, I like his style. It sounded really good, especially when she switched to piano and she was doing the lead, and she would play for 3 measures, and then he would come in and respond with a 1 measure response. Very tasteful, very, very tasteful, very well done. Good song structure there. Lastly, let's talk about Sophie. Her guitar playing was really nice. She had some really nice accent work going with her right hand, with her strumming. Very clean, very smooth. I like it. It had the chunk without being chunky. You know what I mean? You could hear the accents, but they were very legato, very fitting for the style of the song. So I got no issue with that. Switching from guitar playing to piano playing as smoothly as she did, no issue there whatsoever. And her vocals to boot, very nice vocal work. What she was singing fit the mood and tone of the song, and I dug it. I dug her vocal style. Would I say it was mind-blowing? No, wouldn't say it's mind-blowing, but it sounded really nice. Sounded really good. Got no problem with it. Last thing, and I know I've been critical of artists who, pretend to do a music video where they're playing live and what you hear is what they're playing and they pretend, okay? Here's the thing. These guys were actually playing live. You could hear everything. You could hear when anybody would shuffle their feet, when she put her guitar down. You could hear her steps as she walked over to the piano. Every time she would breathe into the mic, you would hear her breath. You heard everything. All the background noise was all there. So this was live. This was not post-produced. What you heard was what you saw. And you don't see that very often. And I've caught a number of people on the channel trying to put one over us. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm already in trouble with this person. So I'm not going to mention any names, but you, for those of you that did see the video before I had to take it down, you know who I'm talking about. And there have been other artists too that I've caught, in the lie of, what you hear is what we're playing. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is totally post-produced. We can hear it's post-produced, but not in this case. Not in this case. In this case, this actually was live. So very nice. It's not something that we hear very often on the channel. So yeah, overall, I think they did a great job. And like I said, will I ever listen to this again? Nope. Well, okay, I'm not going to say never. Never say never. But I very highly doubt that I will ever listen to this again. Having said that, I am glad I listened to it because I did enjoy it, especially for the trombone usage. I'm glad I got exposed to that. So thank you, Rudy. I do appreciate it. But just know that it's just not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. But nonetheless, getting a great score of 8.3. So let's wrap everything up here a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got an 8.3, which is a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.